Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Drives. Today we are reviewing the BMW X3 M50 xDrive. So the new X3 has just come into New Zealand earlier this year, so they are very new. They now come in three variants, which is the X320, that is the 4-cylinder 2-liter petrol engine version. They also come in the X330e version, that is the plug-in hybrid. And the top of the line, which is this car, is the M50. So the M50 comes with a 3-liter straight-six twin-turbo petrol engine paired together with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. So the whole system produces around a combined 398 horsepower and 580 Nm of torque. This car also comes with a series of upgrades from the M division, the M mirror caps, the M wheel alloys, the M exhaust, and also the M Sport steering wheel. Okay, driving the X3 M50 xDrive. I'm in the standard mode, which is the default mode right now, and the ride quality is superb. The whole car feels very comfortable, very compliant. The suspension is really supple in normal mode, and also the whole car just feels very cohesive, very solid. The interior quality also helps with the premium feel. I think the design of the X3 is quite nice. Ergonomically, everything works very well, and the quality and fit and finish is your typical high-quality BMW finish. Although there are quite a bit of plastic bits and pieces inside here, but overall the design, the quality still makes you feel this is a pretty premium vehicle. The material used for the seats, the door inserts, the dash, this material is actually not real leather. It's a synthetic material. It's a sustainable, eco-friendly material. So you can also spec real leather. That would cost you extra money. But I actually think this synthetic material is actually very nice. It looks and feels like real leather. I'm also very impressed with the throttle response in normal mode. I think it's because of the 48-volt hybrid system. So it kind of bridges or fills that torque void down low at the rev range and makes this car feels really responsive and very instantaneous in terms of throttle response. And the whole delivery is very, very smooth, and the takeoff is very, very effortless. Also, the steering is very light in normal mode. This is an electrically assisted rack, so it changes its weight according to your modes. I also love the large glass on the roof. The sunroof here brings so much light into the cabin, as you can see from the screen, making this whole area, the cabin, feel so airy, so bright. There is also a blind that you can use to close this window up to reduce glare, and if you want less sunlight to come inside. And because this is a mid-size SUV, so the visibility is really good because it's a quite tall car. So you get a lot of large glass area all around you. So the visibility is superb. In efficient mode, the throttle response is much lazier compared to your normal standard mode. The whole point of efficient mode is for fuel efficiency. So having a lazier throttle response help you control the speed of the car and making the car glide a bit more, and you are less likely to speed. And also in efficient mode, it feels so quiet in here. It's almost like driving an EV. Because of the high NVH quality, and also there's no pump-in sound in efficient mode, the whole car just feels very, very quiet. So once I turn into sport mode, there's a few things that becomes different. Firstly is the noise. There's definitely more noise coming back from the speakers, and there are pops and bangs coming from the back. I believe they are fabricated sound, but they sound pretty good. And also the dash becomes like a different layout, which makes the car feel much more sportier. The steering wheel also heavies up, and the suspension firms as well, making this a totally different animal compared to when it's in normal mode. Even though these sounds are fabricated, but it's better to have them than not have them. Just make this car feels more exciting to drive, more fun to drive, because sound is a big part of the driving experience. This car has almost 400 horsepower and a very healthy amount of 580 Newton meters of torque. It feels like the torque is instantaneous and making the throttle response so good. In sport mode, the throttle response becomes even sharper compared to your normal mode. And I have to say, for a 2-ton car like this, a mid-size SUV, it does handle quite okay. On these very twisty back roads, you can actually push it a little bit and still have a bit of fun. The front end is very direct, very sharp. Although you don't get much steering feel, but the weight of the steering is quite nice. But because of the heaviness and also the size of this car, there's quite a bit of body roll. If you go into tighter corners, it does tend to roll quite a bit. So it's definitely not a sports car. And if you really want to have a little bit of fun on the back roads, you probably can. But I don't think this car is designed for that purpose. This car is probably more designed to be driven fast on the highway, on long cruises. It's definitely a very, very fast car. This car comes with a 8-speed automatic gearbox. It's quite fast in terms of its change speed. If I go to second gear, third gear, second gear again, it's pretty fast. But to be honest, I don't quite like these plastic pedals behind the steering wheel. They don't have much feel, and they don't really have this clicking mechanism or clicking sound to it. The size of them are quite okay, quite large, but I just wish they could have felt a bit better. The brakes on this car is also very amazing. These M Sport brakes, they really do a very good job and give you quite a lot of confidence when you are driving quickly. The new design of the X3 looks quite minimalistic and quite clean. They have active vents. Down here, they open to provide additional cooling. And down here as well, these vents, they open up to provide additional cooling if needed. The headlights are the BMW LED matrix headlights. They have a lot of details in them. We have 21-inch wheels, front and back. The front wheel sizes are 255/40 R21s. At the back, we also have 21-inch wheels, and the sizes are 285/35 R21s. The X3 is now a mid-size SUV, and the dimension of it is around 2.75 meters long, 1.9 meters wide, and about 1.6 meters tall. The weight of it is around 2 tons, just over 2 tons, so it's not a light car. We have these recessed handles on the side to allow better aerodynamics, so it's flush with the bodywork. The recommended fuel for the M50 is around 95, minimum around 91. The back of the X3 M50 looks very sculptured. There are quite a lot of details and different body lines to accentuate the design. The rear LED tail light also looks pretty nice, and there are a lot of details in them. And also the quad M Sport exhaust down here. The tailgate is electrically assisted. The rear boot space of the X3 M50 is actually quite decent, quite wide, quite deep, quite flat. And on the side here we have a 12 volts, a hook, and a button here to control your electric tow bar. Underneath here we have a spare wheel, your cargo net, and your tools for changing the spare wheel. You can also very easily fold down the backrest of the rear seats, and this gives you quite a flat loading area for your larger luggage or items. Moving inside the X3 M50, so this is the new design language for all the X3s. The design is quite nice, looks very young and very dynamic. There's a mix of materials inside. The M Sport steering wheel, they are fully lined in leather with the M stitching on the inside of the steering wheel and the 12 o'clock red marker in the center of the steering wheel that looks quite sporty. The size of it is quite nice, and it's your typical very chunky, very thick M steering wheel. On the left hand side we have the cruise controls, and on the right hand side we have controls for the music, your media, and also the screen. So the screen now is very adjustable. You can press this button here to change different layouts of the screen and different functionalities. So it's very, very customizable and very easy to use. These front seats, they are very adjustable, very comfortable, and provides a decent amount of bolstering. They are fully electrically assisted. In the center, we have a very large infotainment screen with the latest software. So it's quite easy to use. Basically, this is the home button. This is all your apps, music, navigation, and your temperature control, your AC control here. So this car is equipped with heated steering wheel, heated seats, and cool seats. This is your driver settings. You press that and you go into your driver setting menu. You can do hill descent control, lane departure warning, your auto stop start, your iconic sounds. This button here is to select your drive modes. If you press that, you have to select your drive modes from the screen. So personal, this is your startup default mode. Sport is sport mode. Obviously, you can change the settings as well. So for drivetrain, you can do comfort, sport, sport plus. Driving dynamics, again, sport, sport plus, and DSC off. Steering, you have comfort and sport to choose from. Damping, comfort and sport. And then last, you have efficient mode. So efficient mode obviously is for fuel efficiency. So as you can see, you can also make some small changes in here. One thing that makes the interior of the X3s very interesting is the interior lighting function. If you go in here, you can control your reading lights from the screen, and you can also change the color of the ambient lighting. Over here, for example, if we go with a pink color, all these areas that you see on the door cards, on the center console, they'll all change color. At night, they look really, really cool and very interesting. Because this is a mid-size SUV, so there are plenty of space for the rear passengers. I'm 175 centimeters tall. This is my sitting position. And as you can see, there are plenty of legroom and also a lot of headroom as well. And in the middle here, we have air vents for the rear passengers. And there is an individual control for the rear passengers. There is heated seats as well. These seats also come standard with ISOFIX points. And there is an armrest in the middle with cup holders. So what do I think of the X3 M50 xDrive? I think this is a very high quality, well-designed car. It's a mid-size SUV, so it's really good for family use. It's got tons of space and lots of technology inside the car for your comfort. So it does the family stuff very well. So if you buy this as a family car, it's perfect. And it's very fast. It's quite capable in terms of its straight line speed, but this is definitely not a sports car. The X3 M50 is a very capable and very fast SUV. And I think if you're looking for something that is a very good all-rounder, very high quality, very nice build, very solid, very cohesive, and also goes very fast on the highway and on long cruises, then you should try this car out. Go for a test drive. I think you'll be impressed by the quality and performance of this car. Special thanks to East Auckland BMW for lending me this car to review. So hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again in our next video.